The Little Princess's Petal Rain Wedding Plan. Chapter 1. A Wedding Wish. In the pastel-colored kingdom of Lulubelle, where clouds were shaped like cotton candy and butterflies wore sparkly shoes, lived a little princess named Rosie. She was 4 years old, with twinkly eyes and curly hair that bounced like springs. One sunny morning, Rosie peeked out her window and gasped,
"Mama! Papa! Look! The royal swans are getting married!"
She squealed. Sure enough, 2 graceful swans were swimming side by side in the royal pond, their necks forming a perfect heart. The palace staff clapped politely, and Mama Queen dabbed her eyes with a lacy handkerchief. Rosie clutched her favorite sketchbook.
"I want to plan their wedding. A perfect petal rain wedding."
What's a petal rain wedding?
Papa King chuckled.
"It's when petals fall from the sky like magical snowflakes. Pink ones, white ones, and golden sparkly ones."
Rosie explained, twirling around.
"It's romantic."
Mama Queen smiled.
Planning a wedding takes teamwork and a kind heart. Do you think you're ready?
Rosie stood tall.
"Yes, I will be the best little wedding planner ever."
Chapter 2. The Planning Parade. Rosie zipped through the palace halls in her fluffy slippers, making a list in her big pink notebook. A sparkly pond stage, a flower petal rain machine, a cake shaped like a swan, an orchestra of singing birds, a ring delivery bunny. Her first stop was the royal gardener, Mr. Pollen Boots.
"Can you help me with the flower petals?"
Rosie asked politely. Mr. Pollen Boots scratched his leafy beard.
Which flowers would you like?
Rosie thought.
Roses, daisies, and twinkle petals from the magical tree."
Mr. Pollen Boots whistled.
Twinkle petals only bloom when someone does a kind deed.
Rosie nodded seriously.
"Then I'll do lots of kind deeds. Starting now."
She picked up a watering can and helped water the baby tulips. Drip, drip, drip. The tulips giggled with delight. Suddenly, poof! The magical tree at the back of the garden bloomed with twinkle petals.
You did it?
Mr. Pollen Boots grinned. Chapter 3. Musical Mayhem. Next, Rosie tiptoed to the royal music room. Maestro Chirp, the bird conductor, was fluffing his feathers.
"Maestro Chirp, can your orchestra sing a love song for the swan's wedding?"
Maestro Chirp bowed. Of course. Do you have a melody? Rosie hummed softly.
"Love is gentle, love is bright, like petals dancing in the light."
The songbirds chirped along, but squawk! A parrot interrupted with a loud, "Pickles!"
"Oops, can he learn a quieter word?"
Maestro Chirp sighed. He's still learning his wedding manners. Rosie patted the parrot.
"What if he's in charge of saying, 'You may now kiss the swan'?"
The parrot blinked. Kiss the swan! Everyone clapped. Rosie beamed.
"Perfect!"
Chapter 4. The Cake Catastrophe. In the royal kitchen, Rosie found Chef Jelly Roll rolling out marshmallow clouds.
"I want a wedding cake shaped like a swan,"
Rosie announced. Chef Jelly Roll gasped.
The swan cake is very wobbly, Your Little Highness.
"I'll help,"
Rosie said eagerly. Together, they stacked cloud cakes and shaped the necks with cookie dough. But, splat! One swan neck flopped over. Rosie frowned.
"It's ruined."
Chef Jelly Roll smiled gently.
A good planner never gives up. Let's make a flock of mini swan cupcakes instead.
Rosie's eyes sparkled.
"Even better."
She piped frosting feathers on each one and added tiny crowns.
They're swanderful.
Chef Jelly Roll declared. Chapter 5. Bunny Trouble. Rosie found Sir Pompom, the royal bunny, hopping in the palace maze.
I need you to deliver the wedding rings. Can you wear this pillow on your back?
Rosie explained. Sir Pompom sniffed. Then boing, he dashed away. Rosie chased him through hedges and flower beds, puffing.
Sir Pompom, stop!
She tripped and landed in a pile of petals.
Ow!
Sir Pompom tiptoed back and nuzzled her cheek. Rosie giggled.
It's okay. You were nervous, huh? I get nervous too sometimes.
She took out a carrot-shaped snack and offered it.
Want to practice together slowly?
Sir Pompom took a tiny hop forward, then another. By sunset, he was hopping proudly with the ring pillow on his back. Chapter 6. Rain Without Clouds. Now everything was ready, except for the Petal Rain. Rosie sat on the palace balcony with a pile of gears, strings, and bubble blowers.
I don't know how to make it work. Maybe I'm too little.
She whispered sadly. Just then, her fairy godmother fluttered down.
Troubles, my tiny tulip?
She asked kindly. Rosie nodded.
I don't know how to make the petals fall like rain.
The fairy twirled her wand.
Let's use your good deeds instead of magic.
Good deeds?
Rosie blinked.
Every kind thing you did, watering flowers, cheering the parrot, helping in the kitchen, filled the air with gentle joy.
Suddenly, the air shimmered. Twinkle petals lifted from the garden trees. Like a slow dance, they floated up and began to fall. Softly, sweetly, just like snowflakes made of kindness. Chapter 7. The Wedding Begins. On the day of the swan wedding, the entire kingdom gathered by the royal pond. 2 swans glided toward a lily pad stage. Birds chirped Rosie's song. The parrot proudly squawked, "Kiss the swan." Sir Pompom delivered the rings with a hop and a wink. Rosie gave the signal. The wind danced through the trees, and then petal rain. Pink, white, golden sparkles rained gently from the sky. Everyone gasped in wonder. Rosie clasped her hands.
It's working! It's really working!
Mama Queen and Papa King hugged her tight.
We're proud of you, Rosie.
Even though I made mistakes?
Especially because you didn't give up.
And because you planned it with love.
Papa added. Chapter 8. Happily Ever After. That night, Rosie sat on her bed, brushing her hair by moonlight.
Today was the best day ever!
From the garden, the swans gave a soft honk of thanks. A few final petals floated in through her window. Rosie caught one and tucked it under her pillow.
To remind me that even little hearts can make big magic.
And with that, the little princess yawned, snuggled under her rose petal quilt, and dreamed of weddings, petals, and love that floated gently from the sky.